Hi, I'm Bob Picker, and welcome to No Agendas, our little holiday treat, I guess, huh?
Sure.
Josh, John, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
And we got some exciting things, right before Christmas.
Yeah. The source of Christmas.
One of the best stocking stuffers you can get, I guess, huh? If you haven't already got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody already gets it.
Yeah. So, it's a sixth and final pack of the lunar cycle.
Yep, the jump to the moon.
When we started this, I didn't think we'd get to this point, you know.
It was a long time. I was like, oh, they're going to the moon. This will be interesting, and now it's over.
Yeah, but it was fun getting there.
There's some good stuff,
and there's still some good stuff coming out. But anyway, so we're going to start off this review for the source, and I'll let John go start it. Because this is one of my favorite cards, I think.
This one's, it's a little scary. So it's a Wayland agenda called Helium 3 Deposit. It's 4-2, 2-4, however you want to look at it. 4 agenda counters to score 2 points. But the big thing of when you score it, place up to 2 power counters on a card with at least 1 power counter on it. Well, so if you overscore an Atlas, you now have 3 Atlas counters, and
game over?
It's pretty much game over. Well, I don't know. I guess it
depends. Scorch.
Depends when Steel Skin comes out. I think that's going to be that'll be the big weakening chip. I guess that's Order of Chaos, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you go get Seasource, Scorch. You go get Power Shutdown, Accelerated Diagnostics if you want to go that route. It's your choice.
Or you put it on geothermal fracking.
Sure, and get much. Well,
the Crackdown card you guys like so much, you could throw it on there.
Yeah,
get some extra counters on there.
You could put it on there. I didn't even think about putting it on that one. I like that Dockland Crackdown.
Mm-hmm. True. I'm trying to think what else gets power counters, because Ice gets advancement counters.
Yeah, I don't think there's any neutral besides
that one.
I think there might be one.
There'll
be IT in here. But it'll be better as more come out.
But you have to have at least one on there.
I was about to say Beal gets power. I don't think Beal gets power counters, but it wouldn't matter because it's 2 agendas.
And it's when it's scored too.
Right.
It's when it's scored, so that it's killed when it's scored. So
true. I think it's great. I like it better than geothermal fracking just because of Atlas. I mean, you're gonna use it with Atlas and probably some of the other new things coming out, but it's a good 2-4 agenda. If it was a 2-3, it'd be scary.
They're not going to print any more 2-3s, I think.
I don't know. Who doesn't have? I don't think Wayland has a second one yet.
Yeah.
Do
they? Not that I know. I can't. Yeah. Not that I can think of.
I imagine they'll get a second one, just to be fair.
Yeah, maybe. And then we'll probably see more in 2017.
And then you think it'll be limited one deck like all the other 2-3s, like Philotic. Yeah.
Maybe. Well, no, I mean, but like Jinteki has 2 and Philotic.
Yeah.
So. Do they have 2?
Well, they have Brain Trust,
right?
Philotic, and I think that's it. Because all the other ones are 2-4s, I think, right?
Well, Medical Breakthrough, which is...
Medical Breakthrough is a 2-4 really. Technically, but so it has that little fun thing.
Yeah, I guess they don't have a second one.
Nope.
I mean,
only
Beal, Beal and Nastro.
Yeah,
HP only has... No, HP has Project Vitruvius and Accelerated Beta Test.
Yeah, there's only 2.
Yeah.
But so Wayland's the only one who doesn't, but I think you could see Wayland getting a 1 that's a 1-off.
Maybe.
Something like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it. That's good stuff.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Pretty cool, and it fits the theme. I mean, Helium 3 is what Wayland gets rich on. Powers all the fusion reactors.
Because they're evil.
Because they're evil.
I mean,
they're money makers. They're good corporations. Yes.
They're building a better world.
Okay.
All right. Next one.
Got yours.
Okay. Wayland Ice, Errand Boy, 4 cost, Sentry, 1 strength, 3 subroutines, and all 3 of them say the corp gains 1 credit or draws 1 card, and it's 1 influence. It's a pretty irritating Sentry for 1 influence. It's a little more expensive than I'd like for that type of Sentry, but it's not bad.
But if you think about it, Josh, if they don't have anything to break this, and they run face check it, I mean, you basically can get your 3 money back. So it's really 1 for 1.
You can get your money back, or you can get card draw, so it's not bad.
You can hide it behind an Architect.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Architect is such a good card now, man.
It is. Recycling the energy, entering the system via a run is both responsible and economical.
Yeah, and look at all the helping hands they have for you.
Right, because Wayland just wants to be your buddy.
Slap you upside the face with them, but they're helping hands.
It's cool. It's not. I don't know. It's not too impressive, but
I think it's
annoying,
good.
Sure.
It's a very annoying. It's a taxing piece of ice, basically.
It is.
I mean, except you're not taxing the runner, you're just getting the benefit.
Right.
Right.
So, okay. All right. So I got a 2-cost asset, HB. It's 1 influence. It's called IT department. It says click, place 1 power counter on IT department. Hey, you place a power counter on this with the Wayland.
That'd be really silly, but
Hosted power counter. Choose a res piece of ice. That ice has 1+1 strength until the end of turn for each power counter, including the one spent on IT department. Interesting. So it's a hosted power counter, so you get 1.
so you have to. The idea is that you get several on there. I mean, if you have 4,
So you have to
or 5
spend
on there,
1, and then whatever's left on IT department.
counting the no, it's counting the one you
Counting the one
spend.
you
So if you had
spent,
5 on there and you spend 1, the ice gets +5 strength.
Yeah. Okay.
Which could be great.
Well, I think you need this like in Stronger Together, potentially. That would make
I'd rather
Viroid.
just have it in Foundry, because
Yeah.
if you can really screw up their math, because they never know where you're going to spend it either, or how many you're willing
Yeah.
to spend, or because you could just keep. If you really don't want them to break a certain piece of ice, you could spend all 5 counters on there, and give it +15
Ooh.
strength.
You know what would be good with this though? Efficiency committee, because you can spend those clicks.
Oh sure. Well, yeah, you could
Yeah.
power this up really fast with it. Something to note though, that if they got Parasite on there, they'll get to kill it with the data sucker before you'd get to pump it up.
Because their action
Because the
goes
core
first.
goes first, and the core,
They
or
made
sorry,
a
the
runner
runner
goes
goes
there.
first, and they get to spend all of their, in this case, paid abilities before you would.
Even if no, it's a hosted power counter though.
It's paid ability though. You're paying for it.
Okay.
So I mean, now mind you, if they're like, oh, I'm gonna run during approach, you could start burning these.
Yeah.
But once they've encountered the ice, the data suckers will kill it first. So you have to do it during a different window.
Yeah.
But it still would work. It's not like you can't be like, I'm gonna spend 2 data suckers. Wait, no, I want to pump it up now. You know,
Yeah.
Once they start
once
spending, they get
they get the advantage.
Yep.
Okay.
I like it.
That's
cool.
it.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think there's definitely some usage you can have with it.
Something you want to protect, sure. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing too, if they come and trash it, it's 4. You res for 2, so it's an economic swing for you anyway. So
Well, and I mean, if they're coming in to trash it, you're probably making the ice expensive to break.
Make them
Yep.
pay as much as possible getting
Yep.
through.
yep.
All right.
Ooh.
I get the next one. I get Marcus. It's 4 cost 3 strength Viroid, meaning it's HB, and it's a barrier, Marcus 1.0. The runner can spend a click to break any subroutine on Marcus 1.0, like any good Viroid. First subroutine is the runner trashes one of his or her installed cards and end the run. The forge must never run cold. And it's got 1 influence, so you can stick it pretty much wherever you want to. I think it's cool. I mean, Corroder breaks it for 2, so Corroder breaks it for 3. So, and it's hard to surprise them with it because they can just click through the trash part. But if you got an IT department with it, they're
Out
still
of
just
faction.
clicking.
The trash effect is nice on a barrier.
Trashes anything.
Yeah, trash.
Wait,
That's
trashes
nice.
anything.
Well,
Right.
it's the runner's choice though. So.
Yeah. Still, I mean, hey, if you only have Katie out, right?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
you know, but hopefully you. Yeah, I guess you wouldn't have a barrier breaker, huh?
Right.
Might make whatchamacallit run be a little more afraid. Where criminals running naked.
Yeah,
But-
that's what I'm thinking. Like run your Desperado right out.
That'd be
That
fun.
would suck.
Yeah, but again, it had to be the only thing they had out there.
I mean, I think it just gives you another Viroid. We haven't seen a Viroid for a long.
Yeah, it's
I
been
mean,
a while.
good, and this is a good Viroid. I mean, that's as much as a rotor turret. Same res cost as a rotor turret. It's stronger than a rotor turret. I mean, I think it's got some benefits.
It's not bad.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. And I have the ID of the pack. It's a Genteki ID, Industrial Genomics. Growing Solutions, 4515. Trash cost of each card is increased by 1 for each face down card in archives. It's a pretty unusual effect, and it would require a different design. You basically be trying to get rid of your shocks and GQs as quickly as possible, and anything else just to build up archives.
That'd be fantastic.
I mean, you'd have to protect archives though too. Then.
Sure, if you would like to lose 3 agenda points and take 3 damage, you can come reduce the trash cost.
Yeah.
No,
Make
I
it-
know. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, yeah, you put all the fun stuff in there, but I mean, you got to make sure you
Initially, until you
Sure.
get those in there, you probably
Yeah.
would.
But you don't really. How many do you really need in there? I mean, if you have 3 or 4 face down cards, are they really going to trash Jackson, or EU, or Adonis, or anything? Sundew? Yeah, Sundew costs 6 to trash. And you could, I mean, really, you would only, if you just load up archives with some ice to make it even more of a pain to get in there.
Yeah, just junk, basically.
Yeah. Well, and I would, well, an ice, you know, so it's like, oh, well, I have to break all this ice just to flip these over just so I can go trash Sundew.
So you put anonymous tip in there just so you can get the card draw real quick? I mean, so you have to discard? Because you have to be above 5 to
You're
discard.
going to have to find creative ways to
What's
force
that awful Wayland card? Reuse. The one that lets you discard cards to get money.
Oh! Actually, about killing the clones, yeah.
Whatever.
About them putting in the helium tank as their living quarters. I like that.
I mean, you could reuse down to like 1 card, I guess.
Yeah, and just
You reuse down to 1 card and install IQ. I don't know.
But yeah, I could see that, and then anonymous tip since it's only 1 influence,
Sure,
I think.
maybe.
NBN.
Yeah,
Maybe just Jackson to draw a bunch of cards, or I don't know. It's weird.
it's really strange.
I think it would be fun to play because I could see putting your executives in here.
Yeah, maybe.
At that point, I mean,
Be a little
trashing
annoying.
executives could be 10.
Sure.
I mean, I think every executive 6 or more. I think.
They're pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're 6 to
There's some- I
trash.
think they're
So I
5.
mean, if you have 4 down in the thing with all your fun stuff in there, I mean, they're 10. You get a free click. You
Well,
get
Director Haas is like 5 influence though, so
yeah, but you put hero in, so you're playing with 3 cards now.
your opponent. Yeah.
I mean, I could see some really fun stuff happening. We haven't seen the exec for the powerful exec, I guess, for NBN yet.
That'll probably be in there.
No, or Wayland. No, I guess not. Yeah, Wayland.
Yeah, Whalen's got
I
to
mean,
be.
you got a couple, but you don't have
like the one, you know.
you don't have Director Haas.
Yeah, you don't have a
Or just
director
Chairman
Haas
Hero.
or Chairman Hero. Yeah.
Eh,
Anyway, I think
whatever.
you can play some fun games with that, though.
It's weird. It's not bad, but it's weird.
So it's me.
That's you.
All right, so I got a 2-cost asset, a clone called Turtlebacks. It's a 1 influence Jinteki card. It says gain 1 credit whenever you create a server. Well, if you're playing the shell game and you got the horizontal game going, it's 4 to trash, by the way, so it's even another economic boon for you or win.
Or it's 5 or 6 to trash with that.
Yeah, with those
Economics.
guys. But when I read the books, I don't know, the art on here just doesn't picture what I pictured, I guess.
The Turtlebacks. To be.
Yeah, I mean, they look too human, I guess. I picture something more like their faces would be more like in their shell.
Gotcha.
It would be they weren't human looking at all.
It's not a bad card. I mean, it's expensive to trash, but you have to install 2 extra servers to get your money back. Maybe.
But it's 4 to trash, so I mean, will they come do that?
Yeah,
I mean,
then
It's
if you
1
have-
influence. It might
Yeah.
be useful in
NEH.
NEH a little bit.
yeah, NEH would be really sweet.
Man, not really. I mean, you're playing what?
Yeah.
3 biotics, 2
Yeah,
architects,
it's
and
gonna-
a
you're gonna
Eli.
have-
So, yeah,
Okay.
they're fun, but I don't think they're gonna go in NEH. But
No.
I do see them in like sideways Jinteki. Could
Yeah.
be good, especially if you're just creating lots and lots of servers.
Yep. And then you put diversified portfolios on top. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Alright, I get Josh's favorite card.
Yes.
It's a NBN event, operation, whatever. Cost 3, called Shoot the Moon. It's a double, which means as an additional cost to play this, you spend a click. It says res 1 piece of ice for each tag the runner has, ignoring all costs. Would you like to start, Josh? Since I know you just
Sure.
love this card.
The problem with NBN is usually you're using cheaper ice, and this might be an easy way of running a bigger ice NBN deck without much of a downside. Your mid-seasons is your first click, and then as your second and third click, you just res everything for free.
Okay, I mean, that could be great.
Flares, whatever you
Yeah,
want.
whatever you want. The problem is having enough small ice to protect yourself until you
Right.
can get the mid-seasons off.
Being able to survive.
Right, but usually you can throw an NAPD or something down to trigger that mid-seasons.
And make them pay the money to steal
Right,
it.
Yeah.
make them pay this money to steal it, or breaking news, so they steal it, and then you hit them with the mid-seasons on turn 3 or 4, and you res a few things.
Gotcha.
Well, you can even do it with breaking news, sneak breaking. If you sneak it down,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to, I guess you have to advance at 1.
Yeah, that'd be
Into
the
a
tricky-
Sand.
Yeah, that'd work.
I could see this in a blue sun too.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, if you can get a tag, if you can tag them, like say you do Bernie May or something, or
Yeah.
or mid-season even, you throw this in and you basically could like you said,
Right
all
there.
your ice right there, and then you could just slowly pull the ice you want back into your hand, and just reap huge amounts of money.
Not an awful plan.
It's not bad.
It's different. It's a cool thing to do with tags. It'd be really annoying.
It's something else to do with that.
Nasir would hate it.
Yeah, it'd be bad for Nasir.
I don't have to res anything for you, Nasir.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, even you get a couple toll. I mean, you don't even need that much ice, to be honest.
No.
You get a couple toll booths and Janice.
Just anything to slow him down.
Just Janice.
I mean, because she's low on influence, isn't she?
No, she's like 3 or 4.
Oh, well, big, cheap.
I mean, she's the beginning and the end. She's got to be at least 3,
I think it's fun. I think it's a fun card, and I'd like to see it do silly things.
I think you do a lot of fun things. I mean, I think every game I played this weekend, I think every game I had 6 or more tags at one time on the runner.
I had 10 or 11 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't think you tagged me. I think you just drew into Astro Scripts and won.
Yeah, I didn't need to play that game.
Okay.
I hate that about NPN.
Hey, your
Next
favorite card.
Yeah. NBN Ice, Troll. It's 1 cost sentries, 3 strength. There are no subroutines, and it hasn't. But it says when the runner encounters Troll, trace 2. If successful, the runner must lose 1 click or end the run. It's 2 influence. It's an irritating, taxing NBN Ice. That's a kind of like it. I mean, it's tailor made for making news. But anyone with enough money, they can boost those traces and make the runner make a tough choice of losing a click or ending a run.
Yeah.
Or you have to burn a parasite or a fem or something just on a little 1 piddly cost ice.
Matt, here's something. Is it a decision? If successful, the runner must lose a click or end the run. Is it a decision? Or is it that the runner just has to lose a click?
So if the trace
is successful.
Lose a click or end the run?
Right. I'm saying, is it
it's
a choice
not
the runner makes, or do they have to lose a click, and if they can't, you end the run?
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
I mean,
so if it's on their 4th click, then they have to end the run, basically.
that's what I'm wondering. I don't know. I'm trying to think how Data Pike. No, Data Pike's money.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything that if the runner. Because most of those say.
Well, Viper or Enigma, right?
Well, right, but
Very
what I
cheap.
mean, like Hourglass. Hourglass says the runner loses a click if able.
Yeah,
And this says the runner must lose a click.
or end the run.
And if you think about false lead, the runner has to be able to lose 2 clicks in order to use false lead on him. So I do think they actually have to lose the click
Right.
or end the run.
So if it's the 4th click, it doesn't matter.
They end the run
They
because
end
they
the run.
can't lose the click.
Right.
But, wow, that could
If
be,
the trace is successful.
yeah, that's
So you kind of have to plan your whole turnaround.
yeah.
Getting it.
But if you got a couple of trolls in the way,
Yeah.
that could be. It might be expensive for the core.
So
to do
it's like so what I look at this card is Viper used to be used a lot in NBN Trace, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of replaces Viper,
It could.
and it's not out of faction.
Oh sure, yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, I like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I played it this weekend, but no one ran into it, so we didn't have that rule question.
Right. That's it. We should check to make sure that's actually true, but I think that,
That makes
that's the way it
sense, yeah.
seems to read, that, if the runner can't lose a click, then they lose,
Then
the
they have
run
to
ends.
Yep,
Which is brutal.
gotta pay
'Cause
the
you can't-
troll.
I mean, you can't break it with, there's nothing to break, so.
Yep.
I like it.
Okay, I like those win encounters. NBN's got all those
Yeah,
fun
there's
cards.
a lot of good number encounters.
No, you
Oh!
don't need to break ice, we just have 8, win encounter effects.
My card.
Your card?
Hey, it's my sign. I love it. So, okay, I got the NBN card, the ice called Virgo. It's a Century Tracer. It's 4 to res. It's a 5 strength. And it's the constellation verbiage. So it's a trace 2. If successful, give the runner 1 tag. If your trace strength is 5 or greater, give the runner 1 tag. Love these cards, every one of them. I put this immediately into my Tracy NBN.
Yeah, same here.
And it was awesome. It's like
great.
they wanted to break this every turn. I was like, okay, fine, I'm good with that.
Yeah, 5 strength sentries is rough to break.
Yeah. Use those David counters all day long.
No, it's good
And 5 traces, really easy for making news to hit.
for making these.
Okay.
Yeah. Though I guess as you put more and more of these in your deck, you're gonna have to decide who gets those 2 credits. Does Virgo get it? Does
Yeah.
the Troll get it? Does
Yeah.
But still fantastic.
I'll take. With trace, with 2 trace, you bump it for 1, you got 5 for sure.
Right.
They can't break it, so it's awesome. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a pitch for FFG for next playmats to do the Constellation series.
I wonder if they are one piece of art.
I would love to see that if it is. I mean, it's the same artist.
Madeline.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Bonnie.
I'd love to see that as a
playmat. Yeah.
as a playmat because they're every one of them's cool looking.
Is there 4 now?
There's Taurus, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, so there's all 4. I mean,
one for each.
One for each. Yeah. Corp.
Wonder if we'll get more.
I'd like to see more. I think it's
All
cool.
12.
Yep, I'd tell you.
Constellation.
Yep.
12 signs of the zodiac.
Yep.
Something.
All right.
It's mean.
It's you.
Making News is getting some nice stuff. Oh, I get the Utopia fragment. Utopia fragment. It's unique. It's a neutral agenda. It's a 3/5/5/3, however you want to say it. With the beautiful text, as an additional cost to steal an agenda, the runner must pay 2 credits for each advancement token on that agenda. Limit 1 per deck.
Thank you, Project Beal.
Yeah. I guess you could just keep pumping Beal, as long as they don't have an imp. You'd be okay.
Or Project Ares, or any of those fun things when you overscore them, they do nasty things.
Yeah, imagine running into an NAPD. No, 8 credits. You could just have the dang agenda. I don't care.
Oh yeah, that would be interesting. You just leave the NAPD down with 4 credits on it. That'd be
You
really.
just put 2 on there, and then they have to pay 8. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could really put it all the way up to 4, but that's just being 8. That's an NAPD. It's got.
Why
4
would you have to
advancement.
pay 8? Because isn't it?
Because NAPD is 4 by itself. Plus, if you advance it
Oh,
twice.
for each 2. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was doing the math backwards. Yep.
Yep. That'd
Okay.
be brutal.
That would be funny. Have it fully advanced. It's like.
Unfortunately, it's a limit 1 per deck, and after you score, I don't know.
The trick is just scoring it. You have to score it first.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
so-
it's useless.
It's fine. I think they're all. I think all of the fragments and the fragments are kind of gimmicky. Because I like consistency in the deck. So when you get that 1 per deck, it's like, well, I guess if I get it, I'll play it.
What if you played all 4 of the or 3 of the shards or whatever? Play all of those. So whatever you got.
The fragments?
I mean, as your 3 points, right?
Sure.
Instead of running something else, you run those 3, and then you run.
I mean, that'd be fine. I mean, you're not relying on them to win the game.
No,
You're just relying on
but
them
whatever
to
you
help
get,
them.
it helps you out. Yeah.
Sure. As long as you don't need priority rec, why not?
Well, with Shoot the Moon, you don't need priority rec. You can res everything. There's not one. Okay.
All right. Unique.
You always
unique
get the grails.
It seems that way. Excalibur, unique, neutral ice, 2 cost. It's mythic. 3 strength, 1 subroutine, and it says the runner cannot make another run this turn. And unlike the other grail, no influence on it. It's the last piece of grail ice, and it's a great one to hold on to fit in with the rest.
Yeah, it definitely. Talk about ruining somebody's day and whatchamacallit. Replicating perfection.
Yeah, no influence. Yeah,
It's the only one that doesn't have any influence.
right.
Yeah, well, it also doesn't have the reveal part on it,
Right.
which would have made it ridiculously
Right.
powerful.
And the nice thing is you could have one res and have another one in hand to use with your other res.
Boundary.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just, it could be very scary.
Well, I've already got my Foundry deck with this. I'm missing this piece of ice specifically, but I've already got a Foundry that you played against. That you're like, hey, do you still have that card in your hand?
Well, that's what it just became after a while. I was going to break the ice anyway. I was like, do you still have 2 grail in your hand? Okay, I'll pay the 2 credits. Just had to check. You were playing stuff out, so. I like grail ice. I think it works out cool. I don't like the influence on it, but I guess it's, I mean.
It balances.
Sure, because you probably would just play tons of grail ice if you didn't. Yeah, I want to try it. Definitely in Foundry.
Yep.
And the runner cannot make another run this turn. That's just brutal.
What's the other card that does that?
Ouroboros?
Yeah,
Ouroboros?
yeah, Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
Yep, the snake-eating tail, or
Something.
tail-eating snake.
I'll take
Okay.
your word for it.
That's it.
I like it. I want to play it in Foundry.
Oh, I got the fun card.
I really want to play it in Foundry. What? Oh yeah, that one's great.
This is so fun. I mean, I want to try this so bad. But anyway, so this is a 2 cost upgrade. It's called self-destruct. It says install only in a remote server. It says trash all cards in or protecting the server and trace X. If successful, do 3 net damage. X is the number of cards trashed. Use this ability only during a run on this server. So, guy comes in, face checks that first piece of ice, and takes, I don't know, Neuroclatana, let's say.
Sure.
And then you say, oh yeah, boom, blow the whole thing up, and you have this plus maybe an acid in there, plus the ice, plus everything else. You're dead.
If you got the money, if you got the money to win the trace, sure. It also protects all your executives.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's. Oh, I didn't even think about that because that's perfect. Because yeah, if they go in and think they're going to go get their executive, it's like, oh, boom, bye bye.
Yeah, I first saw the card. I thought the damage was equal to the cards installed. And I was just like, wow, you can get like Director Haas and 6 or 7 cards and win the game.
But still 3 net damage.
Yeah, 3 net damage is fine.
I mean, you put this in like an RP deck or something like that, like you said with a hero.
Or just paint, professional evolution pain.
Or here's the other thing: is you put this with your Shell Corp and Project Junebug, like I like to run it, and then you've got another funness. Now here's the thing: is
I don't think it'll work that way.
No, I'm just saying no. Like if you have Shell Corp in there,
sure,
right, and say you have the Project Junebug Reg, and you're saying, hey, come get it or whatever.
Right.
You have this on top of it. They come in. The Project Junebug doesn't necessarily go off. You trash this though,
right,
and blow the whole thing up.
Yeah, I don't think you could do both. I think once they've accessed, you can't blow up the server.
Yeah.
I don't think so anymore.
You got to do it between the timing windows, basically.
You have to do it before they access the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine.
It's neat. You have to have the right deck because you're going to have the money at all times, and the cards that you're fine with just killing.
I like I said, I think Director Haas is just fine.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, yeah, it's fine. Oh, I didn't do 3 damage. That's fine. You still don't get 2 agenda points, and
or I could see late game where you have this huge server of ice.
Sure.
And
But I don't know if you want to blow it up at that point.
Yeah, but let's say you have 2 of them, right? And they've trashed everything else. I mean, because sometimes you have a server that you can't put anything in, and you have the one server that's set up, but you have this other server, so you throw that in there thinking it's a melange or something like that.
Sure.
And it's just another way to really hose them.
I do like it in Personal Evolution, some House of Knives, some other little fun things like that. They're like, oh, come on, I lose my hand. Hold on. And the server blows up.
And Kamina goes away, and this goes away, and all the fun stuff. Yep. Very fun. So is that the corporations already?
That's it.
Yeah, that's all the core.
Man, we're done with all the lunar cycle corporations, man.
Yep, no more visits to the moon.
Well, it'll be fun to pick out, besides NEH, what our favorites are.
Yeah.
When we do the video coming down after, probably right around the first of the year, we'll have that up, probably. But anyway, we're going to stop here. We'll do the runners next. So stay tuned.
See ya.
Beautiful. We got this down like flipping science. Welcome back. Now we're going to go through the last of the runner cards. I'm kind of sad almost.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm looking forward to Honor and Chaos.
No. Order.
Order and Chaos.
Order and Chaos.
Yeah, Wayland has no honor.
Yeah. That was Gentech. All right. So
they
anyway,
don't have much honor either. They
just kill you.
Exactly.
But they do it honorably. Okay. Anyway, there's a reason for their naming things, I think. But all right. So John, you're going to start us off. You get the first
we get
fun card.
An Anarch Virus, 3 costs, 1 MU, 3 influence. The Incubator. It's a virus. It says when your turn begins, place 1 virus counter on Incubator. Click and trash. Move all virus counters from Incubator to another installed virus program. It's a virus. It's a virus that makes any other virus immediately awesome. Yeah, it's just scary. I mean, if you let it sit there and get 3, 4 counters on it, cool. Click 1, medium. Click 2, trash that. Click 3, destroy R&D.
Right.
I mean, it's medium out the gate.
Did you run it in your noise yet?
This? No, I haven't played Noise in a while.
Okay. You got your Nasir.
Yeah, I've been sticking with Nasir. But yeah, it's great.
Because, they have to keep clearing virus counters.
You're going to have to purge more often.
Well, here's what I did with this. I actually loaded up Crypsis with it. Playing Noise, I mean, I use Crypsis as my primary breaker. So it was great. I mean, click, trashed it, put 5 counters on Crypsis, and just went to town. Right up, No worry about trash and Crypsis.
Yeah,
No, that's
good.
fantastic. It's like you could drop it on anything. Like I think you're saying earlier, you drop it on cash for free money in a
Yep.
pinch. Drop it on Gorman
Mediums,
drips.
yeah, Gorman drips,
Nice,
whatever.
if you really want it. Again, you can just get a bunch of money off of it. Of course, you can put it on Hive Mind and force them to purge. When Hive Mind, that's sort of a waste though, really, because it's just like well, I guess it's not a waste.
They'll guarantee
Oh.
to purge next turn.
So you could, so if you have, so you have 4 or 5 counters on this, and you got a clear shot at R&D. Click one, Hive Mind. Click one Hive Mind. No, that wouldn't work. Never mind. Mass install.
No.
Boom. Mass install. Drop Hive Mind, medium. Trash this onto Hive Mind and access like 11 cards.
Boy, there's a use for mass install.
Yeah, found one. All right.
There we go. Yeah.
Or even if you just have
It's really good, guys. I mean, it's a really good card. I mean, once I got to 3, after I loaded up Cryptos once, I got it 3 again, and it was like instant clear.
Makes good idea. Makes Fester good.
Did anyone purge?
Oh
resistance
yeah,
building
oh
up?
yeah, oh yeah,
I think you have to.
Yeah, you have to occasionally at least.
yeah. So I mean, it was definitely a purge fest, which is good. I mean, I'll let them spend 3 clicks to do
Yeah,
nothing,
waste their turn.
and then fill up their hand, and then
We're gonna have new ways to do it soon here with the Cyberdeck suite stuff. So,
yeah, yep.
and I can see the suite making it into a lot of decks.
Yeah, and it's the same cost as medium. It's the same cost as nerve agent. I mean, hemorrhage. I mean, it's 3. It's not anything different.
Could have been one. Could have been one.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I like one
Anyway.
virus.
Speaking of one,
Yeah, speaking
Yeah,
of one,
right.
good lead in.
yeah, 1 cost virus, 1 memory, Oxiday. And it's a program virus. Whenever the corp loses at least 1 credit, gain 1 credit. Trash it if the corp purges virus counters to influence.
That trash it.
Yeah, it goes well with Lamprey, but
Yep.
really it could be blank and be a 1 cost virus, and it's still good.
Count Siphon.
Yeah,
Vamp.
anything like that.
How else does the core lose credits? Fester. Fester.
Fester. They've talked about Fester, but if you purge, Fester does not go off before this dies.
True. Yeah, that makes sense.
So this dies before
Okay,
Fester.
not Fester.
But
How else does the core lose
Vamp.
credits? Other than Vamp and Account Siphon. And Lamprey. Lamprey,
Yeah.
of
Ooh,
course.
I didn't think about it using with the counts. I think.
Yeah. They lose 6 credits, you gain 11. Or 10. You don't gain another. No? No.
It says at least 1, so it's for
No,
it,
no, I'm
it
just-
only So you only get 1 extra, basically.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
the credit loss from this wouldn't somehow combo
Yeah.
with Account Siphon
Right.
and give you 12.
Nope. But
be
Lamprey
great.
would be good. I could see
Yeah,
Lamprey.
Lamprey. Yeah, I
That'd
get
be
a credit,
pretty
you lose a
entertaining.
credit. I get a credit, you lose a credit, I get a Data Sucker token, I get another credit from Desperado, I get a card from John Masanori, I get out of my HQ.
Yep.
And it's on Gabe's.
Yeah, and so I get 2 credits there. And I got security tested on your HQ.
And security.
Yeah, it could be really
I like it.
an economic engine.
It is 2 influence. Wasn't Lamprey only 1?
I think Lamprey's the one. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm-
Okay.
All right, so I got the next one.
You do.
I got the 0 cost event. It's a run event called Code Siphon. It's a shaper. It's 4 influence, so it better be dang good.
Yeah.
Says make a run on R&D. If successful, instead of accessing cards, you may search your stack for a program and install it, lowering the install cost by 3 for each piece of ice protecting R&D. And then take 1 tag, shuffle your stack. So this is modded extra. I mean, that's what I mean. It reads like modded, except because modded reduces by 3, but this is for each piece of ice. So let's say you run through pop-up window, something else simple, right?
Sure.
You pay 2, you basically could get a card installed. You can install a FIM for nothing. And with Kate, it could be even less than that.
True. Reading this card, I really think I think the R&D was like, all right, let's make a card that does like self-modifying code when you do a run on R&D. I'm like, that's cool. All right, hold on, let's put some restrictions on that. There are a lot of restrictions. Because I mean, really, if you're paying more than, I guess you get to search your stack. So
Yeah.
yeah, when you get a tag that you have to get rid of, on top of that.
But if you do it first click, you can always burn the tag probably.
Sure, but that's like but that's effectively a click and 2 extra credits you're paying.
Yeah, it
to
has
search
to
your
be
deck.
the perfect circumstance to make it worth dealing with.
I don't know.
If there's ice is too expensive.
In early game, it doesn't help you because they might not have any ice over it or one.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could still go get it and install it.
Yeah.
Like you go get self-modifying code if you.
Go get corroder.
Weird. You can get corroder. You go get parasite.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
If you really want to get something out.
Yeah, it's.
It might be a cheap way. Nasir might like it.
No.
Why not?
No.
Tag.
Yeah. You don't want to get tagged and have your personal workshop killed. You
That would be
you'd
bad.
always have to remove
Tag
the
is
tag.
dangerous.
Yeah, but you could always.
That and most of the programs you're running in this year aren't going to need to be reduced in cost by 3 or 6 or 9.
Yeah.
Well, Black Cat, right?
It's not that expensive.
It's still
Like-
3 or 4.
It's 4.
So. I don't know. I mean, I see. I mean.
You have your workshop
Yeah.
as your
As
price
your-
reducer.
Yeah. I got you.
It's. I don't know. It might have a place, but it's just strange. Very, very strange.
Yeah. When I first saw this spoiled, I was like, you know, and I'm like,
I think the tag is the worst part. I don't know. I think it's punishing enough to where it's lowering the install cost by 3 for each piece of ice, because, you know,
And you still don't get access. So
still don't get
that's-
access. I mean, you do get a run on R&D, so you
Yeah.
can hit R&D, install a card out of your deck,
get a data suck token.
get it, you know, yeah, get everything. I don't know. I think it'd almost be good against naked R&D, just to use it for, you know,
The tutor.
it's a free run on R&D. So if you got, you know, R&D interfaces or any other tricks, then you do go get whatever program you want to and install it. You know, so long as you have the money to install it, and then you pay an extra click and a tag and 2 credits for it. So I guess maybe it's a double. So if it was a double event that costs 2 to run, that costs 2, would it still be good? You know what I'm saying? If it costs,
Yeah.
because that's
Instead
what it
of the
basically
tag,
becomes.
right.
Yeah, to shake the
Yeah.
tag. And
Or you just float the tag.
maybe, yeah. I mean, if you can float the tag, depending on which playing against and what
Yeah,
you have.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It's
I mean, that's a good way to look at it. It's a 2-cost event, really,
yeah.
because you're gonna get rid of the tag.
There's so many ways to get programs already in Shaper. You know, I mean, you're already gonna just self-modify code.
That's just
bullshit,
another way to do it, though. You
Test
know.
run. Yeah.
Using the professor.
Huh?
Professor.
Okay.
All right, we found the professor
Okay.
card.
All right, next.
You ever notice they stopped putting the professor on art?
He's not on the moon. He didn't make the
He
trip.
didn't make. Well, no, he's got too much baggage. He's got 30 some odd programs. Oh, it's mine. All right. So next up, we have a 2-cost 2MU event program for Shaper, Collective Consciousness. Program: draw 1 card whenever the core reses a piece of ice. 2 influence. Wow, 2MU. I guess you can put it on Leprechaun. But whenever you res an ice, you get a free card. Not awful.
Not horrible for 2.
If it wasn't 2 memory, I know I'd use it in the seer, but the memory really hurts.
Just punish them even more for res
Right,
ice.
punish them more.
Just convince them you don't want to res ice.
How does this combo with the Astrolabe? This would be really interesting.
It would be separate. I mean, if you get a card for when
Yeah,
they
you get a card for the res, and then for every.
You draw a lot of cards.
You could draw a ton of cards
Good.
very quickly.
2MU hurts.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean 2MU hurts, but like you said, Leprechaun's a way to
Sure.
deal with that. Yeah, and Shapers have tons of memory options. I mean,
They
know.
can. My Shaper deck this Saturday wanted like 9 memory. And that was a little hard to get.
Yeah, and wanted 9.
Yeah.
Holy moly! What the
It
hell
was like
did you
2
have out?
well, it was like Magnum, 2 hemorrhages, a data sucker, a parasite, and then ice.
Oh, you were running that. You were running my bleeding cake.
I was trying to run 2 hemorrhages. And
You're playing the bleeding cake deck.
I guess so. I don't know. It was a
what I
good
call
idea.
it.
I could never get it up and running. It just
Yeah. Okay.
silly Astro script.
Alright. I have
Silly.
another Shaper program, 4 costs, 2 memory Sage. It's Icebreaker, Decoder, Fractor. Sage has +1 strength for each unused MU. 2 credits, break, code gate, or barrier subroutine, and its base strength is 0. You put this on a dyno, something like that, to help with the strength a little bit.
Oh,
It's a pretty good breaker.
it's a really good
Yeah.
breaker.
I like it on Dino. If you're trying, but I think it's you have to be playing some kind of overmind tricks, or isn't there? Aren't they coming out with another one of these?
The other
counter
one,
centuries?
the other one that goes to barrier to something century or something.
Oh, is it Barry?
I mean, what's nice is you can put this install. It's not an AI program, so you can
You can
install
put
it
it on
on Dino and all those fun things.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, especially if you're going the overmind route.
Mm-hmm. To break all the other stuff that you want, right?
Yeah, Echo Mind.
Or David.
You could put Echo Mind. I guess you couldn't put dinosaurs if you put Echo Mind in there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess in Shaver you could just load up on memory. Leprechauns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and how much? Let's see, it's a code gate barrier, so. What is. Wotan's an 8?
Wotan is, Wotan is 8 or 10. Yeah, 8 or
Curtain Wall is an 8?
Yeah,
No, Curtain Wall's higher than that. Curtain Wall's a 10.
10.
Adrian's is a 7. So, I mean, sure. If you could just load all your memory onto stuff, Omni drives and things, so that you always had 4 to 5, 6 MU open.
It could be a pretty efficient breaker.
Well,
I mean, as good as Night.
It's 2 credits. Yeah, sure.
As good as Night is.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't really want
Yeah.
to break Curtain Wall for 6. I mean, it's a little cheaper, but because Corroder would break Curtain Wall for 13. So yeah, sure, 6 is much better than 13.
If you can get 7 memory, that is.
Yeah. Well, good.
Well, you
I
got
think
the mem chips, and you got the cyber,
Yeah, you play. Just play
cyber
the
solutions.
Dice and Balloons and get some Link too, so you can turn off all these silly
Tracers.
NBN tracers. I like it. I want another one. I need a Sentry one.
Yes. I mean, it's good influence too. It's 3 influence, so
Yeah, it's
maybe you
probably
put
not
it with a
leaving
dog.
faction.
Maybe you put it with a dog for the Sentry.
The Shaper Dog's barrier. So you'd have to pay the influence cost for the.
Yeah, but I mean, you run the dog out of faction.
I ran the dog on Saturday.
Man,
Yeah, it worked out okay, except for I wasn't against. Well, Philip killed me in the first game, so whoever I was playing in the second game, I was like, I'm gonna use self-modifying code to go get my barrier breaker,
your Cujo.
whatever it is, because I couldn't remember.
Oh, it's Lady, isn't it?
I couldn't even remember if it was.
It's Lady, I think. Out of
I mean, I knew it was. I wonder when it wasn't Corroder, so I was trying to save influence, but I really could not remember what it was. It was bad.
yeah, it's Lady. Okay. All right. Next card is a criminal card. It's a cost of X. It's called Bribery. It's an event. It's a run. It says make a run. During this run, the corp must pay X credits as an additional cost to res the first unres piece of ice approached. Oh yeah, this is. I like the text too. Sometimes it's helpful to remember that you're not the only one who loves money. Gabrielle Santiago. But this, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is so good with the Red Queen.
Sure, Reina.
Reina, I could see this. This is like the Cortez chip. But you set it up, basically.
Sure, I'm sure. Why not? It could be. I think it's a good early ice, because especially it's early game. I think it's the early game card, because they're like, I have my cool. Well, then again, they're also criminal, so it's like, well, I'm gonna, inside job. That actually could be how you do it. You play bribery, and pay a bunch to get through. And if they res that first piece of ice, paying it all, then you inside job over it if you really want to get in. But no, bribery could be great. It could be just if you have more money than they do, boom. You get in past that one piece of ice.
Yep.
And it's a free run, get $1 if you're playing Ken.
Not bad.
Well, no, it's another screw mess you with you criminal card.
Yep. I think it's going to see a lot of play. I think in Kenny it might see some play.
Yeah.
Ken could definitely use its run effect. I mean, any run of card is good for him. So yeah, I think it's some opportunities.
I like it. Is this one mine?
That is yours.
Au revoir. 1 cost, 1 MU. Program for criminal. Gain 1 credit whenever you jack out. 2 influence. Okay. I guess. I mean,
It's 1 for 1.
you get it back. That way if you have it with Desperado, you get a credit for every click, whether you succeed or fail. You theoretically can install several of these. I don't know. I mean, I think criminal, you're much more dedicated to making successful runs than you are to having to jack out.
How is Nasir on jacking out? You gotta be careful when you say that. Sorry, guys.
It's not worth the influence for that, or the memory slot.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just wondering who would do this. I mean, Layla.
I don't think anybody. I think it's more just a fail safe, and
So you don't go empty-handed?
I guess, but I'd rather make a deck where I intend to succeed, not prepare for failure.
And it's tough because it's a program. If it was like if it was hardware, it'd be easier just to have
Sure.
in there as an extra way to make money.
I mean, if you get 3 of them, you could gain 3 credits, but you don't get a data sucker token.
Right.
You get a tag if you're playing John. So
Emergency money, basically.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if it's successful or unsuccessful either. It's just
No.
You have to fail. Basically.
it has to be unsuccessful.
Well, yeah, but now here's the thing: would Crispian Grid trigger that?
No. Well,
it doesn't
depends.
say.
Okay, so if you actually would jack out, yes, it would.
Yeah,
trigger.
you jack out, you
It would
access,
trigger.
and you jack out.
No.
So once you access, then it's
That's it. You don't jack.
Yeah,
Jack out is basically.
you have to do it before you. Look at
Jacking out
cards.
is failing the run.
Yeah.
And when you jack out, the run becomes
This is
unsuccessful.
it's one of those questions I'm sure people are going to
Yeah.
ask. Well,
Then, like if you run on an empty server that has Jackson and they burn Jackson,
you can jack out.
you
because-
don't jack
yeah,
out anymore because the server's gone.
Yeah.
So the run is now neither successful or unsuccessful.
It's in
So
that no man's land.
yeah, you don't even, yeah. So it's
No, I mean this is like the Savoir Faire.
Savoir Faire was nice.
I mean, it could be. It was
Could
hard
be.
to get up and running.
Sure. Or why I don't like.
I mean, it was. I mean, Savoir Faire was like SMC, but not quite as good because you have to be in the middle of a run specifically. They just couldn't use it. You know what I mean?
Now, if you had like reverse data sucker, where when you jacked out you got a virus counter, this would be great. But ain't happening. So
Okay.
final card.
All right, I have the last
Oh
card.
man, we're at the end.
Yeah. It's a unique Arthritis Hotel, 4-cost resource, neutral resource, location, Ripsy. Place 3 power counters on Arthritis Hotel when it is installed. When there are no power counters left on Arthritis Hotel, trash it. When your turn begins, draw 2 cards and remove 1 power counter from the Arthritis Hotel. At first I wasn't crazy about it for the cost, but card draw is almost always a good thing.
Yeah.
And especially if runners ever get power counter additions, that'd be handy too.
Well, we talked about that with the dogs.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually like it. It's like a good version of Wildside.
I knew it. I knew. I told you he was going to say that. I told you he was going to say that.
You're paying 4 credits, a card and a click to get 6 cards, which is that's a fair exchange,
That's over 6 of your deck. It's over 6 of
cards?
basically
Sure.
6 of your deck. I mean,
so.
considering you're using 45 cards, you draw 5 to start with. I
Yeah.
mean, basically 6 out of 40. I mean, it's a pretty
Sure.
good deal.
And it doesn't cost you a click like Wildside does. If you got the money, you're gonna have. I mean, this would be great in noise. I mean, come on, 2 free cards
Right.
every turn, and one of which to install viruses with,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just fantastic. You don't have to try to get like all the memory to do Duggars. You just can
Right.
just be like, hey, look, I get 2 free cards.
Yeah, you
Boom.
install this first turn, and you're set for the next turns for card draw.
There, you're dropping out your viruses for clicks. I like it, and I agree with you. I didn't like it when I first read it. I was
Yeah.
just like, wow, it's a short Wildside.
It's a short
or
one.
even worse.
It's not so long of a trip.
It's the 4 cost to get it out. It's
And I mean-
kind of scary at first.
Depending on whether or not you want those last 2 cards, you could always take 3 money back
Mhm.
from with Aesop's, because I'd be running this in Aesop.
Oh yeah, you
Right.
trash it. Yeah.
But
So there's 1.
I like it.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Good.
Most can try it out.
All right. So let's go through the best art.
Best art.
Yeah. So I'll start with let's go with Josh. What caught your eye? What art did you really like?
I know you're going to say Virgo, so I'm going to go with something else.
I have to. I mean that's okay. So your Virgo's your second pick, but okay.
I'll go with Troll. Troll's kind of interesting.
It's true. It's a little
Yeah.
bridge guy. He's under
Yeah.
the bridge.
Yeah.
I thought you might choose Shoot the Moon because it's kind of the landscapey.
Yeah, it's neat.
Hold on, I gotta think of a third card now, because I was gonna go with Virgo, and then
We picked all the
and
one
then
last turn.
Troll, and now I like Savoir Faire. It's pretty. I don't know. Actually, it looks nice.
It is a nice art. It's a nice piece of art.
Yeah.
Not a great card, but
Gabe doesn't look the best. Sage is kind of cool. I don't know. I like the spider. The spider
The
on
tick?
the tick.
Yeah.
The tick's not bad. What's growing in the incubator?
Laxadia Day.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a virus.
Of course, self-destruct is sweet. The digital people dying.
Yep. There's good stuff. So what would you pick?
Virgo.
Virgo,
and then
alright.
troll, and then
Okay, so we all pick Virgo then.
Sure.
Okay, Virgo.
it's well done.
I like it. It's a lot.
It's nice.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so then, what's your funnest card out of the pack? What would you like to build a deck around?
Build a deck
I
around.
mean, that looks fun. That looks really.
To actually build a deck around, I want to try industrial genomics to see if it's actually any sort of viable, as opposed to things like Helium, which is just going to make a scary Wayland deck, or Earthrise, which is going to make Earthrise, Incubator, and the other one that are just going to make noise fantastic. I'm glad that we finished Foundry.
Yep.
Or finished
the
Grail.
The Grails.
So that I want to try out Foundry now.
Okay. So which one?
Which one?
I don't know. I mean,
I
which
don't know.
one?
Probably Genomics. 'Cause I think it'd be fun.
Okay.
I think it'd be annoying.
Mine's easy. Shoot the moon.
Shoot the moon.
Different
Okay.
type of NBN deck.
Well, yes, I did res 3 flares and 3 toll booths on that remote server.
I want to try. I want to try self-destruct. I think self-destruct looks so much fun. just to do that once and pull it off, it'd be like scoring a 7-point Beal, man. Just to blow the guy up in the middle of his run. I mean, I think that would just be hilarious.
Yeah, you could. I wonder. You have to look at the windows, but I wonder if there's a window after encountering a piece of ice before jacking out. I don't think there is.
Yeah.
I think they can jack out.
Once they encounter it, though, once they
They
say
do have
they
to-
encounter the next piece of ice, they can't jack out.
Right,
They either got to
but-
break it or they continue through.
But you can't blow that piece of ice up yet. You have to let them hit the ice. You know what I'm saying? Like if they run into a knurl, you have to let them take the 3 damage and then hope that they keep going in order to self-destruct and kill them.
Yeah, or you do it on contact, basically. Either way. So
Right.
once they say they pass that first piece of ice,
Well,
then
actually,
you trigger it.
Well, actually, once they say they initiate the run, you can
Yeah.
blow it up.
Yeah.
But I don't know why you would blow it up until they pass.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the-
At least take the first
Yeah.
set of damage. But I
Unless
want.
they're
I mean, those are
one
the
card or
things I
something.
want to see what works.
Boom. Well, that sucked.
Yeah, that sucked. All right. Well, and then the last one. Any meta changing cards? I think in here.
No, you're making noise better. Incubator's great.
Incubator's really powerful.
Virgo and Troll making news more annoying. Which maybe that's how they're going to defeat NEH, is by just making news better
Yeah.
somehow. I don't know.
No one's talked about the other the world as we the 440 card NBN. I haven't heard that mentioned at all. I mean,
Nah, it's okay. It doesn't do it. I mean, you get a 6th card, but other than that, it doesn't really do anything.
yeah,
No.
but it's shorter deck though. 18 agendas, right?
Yeah.
But the style of deck used to play it with is does the same thing better.
Yeah. See, I think the problem with NEH as a whole.
That's going to be the
is-
next video, you know.
Well, that's fine. No, not NEH. Sorry, not NEH as a whole. NBN as a whole
Yeah.
is
The world is yours.
Astro and Sansan.
Yeah.
Because, like on Saturday when we played, you have this nice, sweet Tracy deck that does all these cool things, and you just won because you drew both Astro scripts. It's like, well, okay. This was, and I obviously didn't pull them out of your hand or anything, but it's just like my cool deck doesn't matter anymore because I was able to get 1 Astro, and now I drew the 2nd Astro, and now I got a Beal and breaking news. Because which is unfortunate, but.
So nothing meta changing
Nah.
really that really says, oh, this is going to really rock the world.
Not unless Excalibur ends up just making Grail Ice ridiculous.
It,
No.
it could.
Well, Helium makes, Wayland much easier to kill you. And it's better than Geothermal for sure. Because you get that first, you get Atlas down, and then you get this, and it's over.
yeah.
Like several ways.
Anything you see?
Yeah, I mean, Incubator is interesting, but
Yeah,
it just speeds noise up, and noise is pretty good without it.
Yeah.
So-
I
something-
think Incubator is probably the biggest one for me. Incubator and then Excalibur.
Something with Helium Depot. So you score Atlas with 1 counter. Helium Depot makes you 4 points. Next turn I score Hostile Takeover, Hostile Takeover, Hostile Takeover. Game's over.
Because I can go get whatever.
Because I can go get 3 Hostile Takeovers in a row.
So you score what now?
So you score Atlas with
Okay,
1
then you
counter.
score that.
And you score this.
And then
So now
Hostile
Atlas has
Takeover,
3
yeah.
counters, and it's just
Yeah.
like, well, I have a Scorched Earth in my hand. So, oh, you're not going to run? Cool, I score a hostile takeover. Oh, now you are going to run. I see source scorch you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to run. I score, you know. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's a meta change.
Yeah.
That could
Well,
be a meta change.
but Wayland's going to be even scarier when you get the new ID that puts an advancement counter on it. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, overall, a great cycle. I mean, really fun cards. Made a lot of changes to what we're seeing out there. Like what, I can't wait till New Year.
Yeah.
And if you're in the St. Louis area, our store championship is going to be the 31st. You can check it out on Realms of Gaming on Facebook, or look us up on BGG. It's also posted there. So, I'm Bob Picker, and thanks for the great year. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
And I'm Bob Picker.
John.
Josh.
We're No Agendas. Thanks.
Bye.